Well, hey there, team. This is podcast number 1077 for me. It's the 28th of August, 2021, and you are listening to episode 500 of the Running Podcast. 500 snuck up on me. I didn't realise that. There you go, episode 500 of the Running Podcast. Hey there, team. Welcome along to this episode of the Running Podcast, podcasting since 2007 and heard right across this little blue bubble. I am your host, Coach Jeff. Today I chat with you from out there in the shed on the treadmill as we play a bit of catch-up. Please check out all of our content over there on coachjeff.com.au. Subscribe to the Coach Jeff podcast. That way you won't miss any of the shows that we produce. But if you just want the running stuff, then stay right here on the Running Podcast. Don't forget the Coach Jeff Archives podcast. That's where you'll find all those old shows prior to show number 250. And check out my book, Running for Donuts. You can find that at runningfordonuts.net. And for Aussie customers only at the moment, please check out thenaturalbodyshop.coachjeff.com.au. And on the back of all those .coms and .nets and everything else, time for us to slide out through the kitchen into the shed, jump on the treadmill and hear from the coach. Well, good morning, team, and welcome out here to the shed. And what is an absolutely freezing cold morning here in Brisbane this morning. Only just on 4 degrees Celsius here in the shed this morning. So no barefoot this morning. One of the rare occasions I've got some shoes and socks on. Got my toe socks and my Vibram 5 fingers on this morning because it is bitterly cold. We've actually had some quite warm weather here in Brisbane over the last couple of weeks, but the last couple of days it's turned very cold again. Here down under in the police state formerly known as Australia. The lockdown capital of the world. We're pretty soon down here we're going to need a license just to breathe the air or to go and take a poop. Honestly, I know this is a running podcast, not the soapbox rant podcast, but things are dead set out of control here down under. You know, fuel's running at between $6.50 and $7.50 a gallon. Rents are between $1,800 and $2,500 a month. Honestly, it's like your price of groceries is through the roof. It's a absolute debacle here down under these days. But anyway, let's get on to some running stuff. And I have been running. I've been running every single day actually. Since we last spoke a couple of weeks back. Once again, without wanting to whinge and whine too much, my health hasn't been all that good again the last few weeks. Back to this relentless nausea and headaches. Have no idea what it is. But anyway, we, as is my monkey brain, whenever I'm not feeling the best or things aren't going my way, what do? I just train harder. I never take my own advice, I just train harder. So on the back of that recent calf injury again, and like I say, this daily nausea and headaches, I've decided that I would just run every day. So every day I'm in here on the treadmill walking and running, and then doing a whole bunch of strength work, mainly squats and push-ups, deadlifts. And that's been my daily regimen for the last, this will be the 3rd week now. And really feeling, if not feeling well, definitely feeling reasonably fit at the moment. Been running a minimum of 15 to 20 minutes every session here on the treadmill. So it's not a lot of running in terms of what I've done in the past, but it's a great achievement at the moment. So anyway, what are we going to talk about today? I've got a heap of stuff to get through. We might do some shout outs to kick things off. So for the following people that have made donations in the recent times, thank you guys ever so much. The fact that you guys do that and kick in a few dollars to enable us to keep the show on the road really does make a huge difference. There's my friend the Butcher Bird. You can hear him just outside the window of the shed here at the moment. So big thank yous to old man married Ollie the old married man Robinson, Dave Stover, Matty Smith the official PB 400 coach, Carl Barr, Mark Thompson, Mark Stockdale Hughes, my good buddy Russell Seguin, Justin Manning, David D'Alessio, Jeff Kyle, Shane Robbins. Thank you guys ever so much. I don't think I've missed anyone out. If I have, my apologies as always, and please get in touch and let me know. So some people out of that list, some of those guys we'll be chatting to on the show hopefully here in the coming weeks. Ollie the old married man Robinson, simply cannot thank you enough, brother, for your donations this year. It's enabling us to do a lot of stuff with old shows and some of the storage stuff we have to keep the show on the road. Matty Smith, official project PB 400 coach, moving house at the moment back to the UK. Looking forward to catching up with him shortly. Justin Manning, what can I say? Man, your donations over the years have just simply been absolutely incredible, man. Alrighty, some other guys I've got to give a shout out to. First up, our good buddy Tim Cleary, who is back out on the Appalachian Trail, I think, as we speak. So good on you, Tim. Really meaning to text you and catch up again. But the last few weeks have just been an absolute blur, man. So big shout out to our buddy Tim Cleary, who, like I say, I'm pretty sure is back out on the Appalachian Trail as we speak. I want to shout out to Ryan Ty, Sammy Kay, Ryan Phillips, Kelly Hills, Tony Willis, Coffee Chris, who I think we gave a shout out to as part of the Run for the Sun wrap up, Lee Riley and Brian Bailey. Thank you guys ever so much for getting in touch and flicking us an email and saying g'day. So g'day right back to you guys. And in answer to Brian Bailey, because Brian wrote asking about my calf injury and what was going to be my plan going forward, and really the plan is to have no plan. But then again, as I said at the start, Brian, I've been running every single day. Not a lot, just 10-15 minute blocks here on the treadmill, and feeling pretty good. Both my calves are a bit twingy at the moment, but man, as is my whole body. I've got so much stuff going on in my calves, and again, I don't want to whinge, whine, but just my health has not been what I want it to be. And I guess I'm just too used behind the many years I've had of pretty good health. So I guess old age has its problems, and I'm starting to experience some of that, I think. So good shout out to those guys. Speaking of Project PB 400, it's not done yet. I'm going to do a little bit of speed work this week. Off the back of this couple of weeks of daily running, I'm going to throw a little bit of speed work into the mix this week. And I reckon somewhere in the next week or so, I'm just going to go to the Oval, like I said, and just bust out the 400 metres, get a time, and then we'll move on from that. So many things I've got to get to between now and Christmas, so we'll talk about those maybe in the next week or so. Don't forget, Robbie does his block. Not only does he his block, he does his block 55 times. Don't forget, coming up on October the 1st, 2021, my good buddy Robbie Andrews we'll be running around the block near his house 55 times. Go back and listen to that show a couple of shows back where I chatted with Robbie about his fundraising efforts by running around his block 55 times. I'm dead set keen to, during that 55 laps of his block, get up there onto the coast and run a lap or two with Robbie. If not, I'll definitely be running a lap or two here at home around my block. Over the next week or so, I'm really going to get stuck into asking you guys to run a lap of your block. Get in touch, let us know about it, and let's all join in and help Robbie raise some good money for eating disorders as he does his block 55 times on October 1st. So pretty excited about that. And even if we don't get up onto the coast to run a block with a lap of the block with Robbie, we will definitely be chatting with him as he does that. So I'm pretty excited about that. So all in all, things are going well. Starting to work on some other running related podcasts, started to put together some audio for famous running tracks around the world. Hopefully I'll have one of those ready to go this week. Also, I'm doing a series of my favourite Australian runners, running heroes, running legends, call them whatever you want. I think sometimes we misuse the whole heroes and legends thing, but we'll just call it my favourite Australian runners that I've followed over the years. So tons of stuff to come. Like I say, the last few weeks have been a bit of a blur. Not really had that much time to get back to the desk and process some audio, but plenty to come over the coming weeks and months. Alrighty, from here on the treadmill, we might wrap this up for a quick g'day, and we might see you back here later this week as we maybe do a bit of speed work. Not that we are officially training for Project PB400. I'm just going to sneak up on it. I think if Project PB400 finds out that I'm training in any fashion, shape or form to do my 400, it'll bite me in the calf again. So I'm just going to sneak up on it. Not actually training for Project PB400, but we'll throw a bit of speed work in this week and get up there and just bust out a lap of the oval. Alright, well, wherever you are running around the world, I hope your running is going well. I hope you're having as much fun with it as I am. Despite all the problems, absolutely enjoying my time here on the treadmill in the shed as the sun just starts to creep through the back door. Oh, that's brilliant. It looks beautiful out there this morning. Like, it is an absolutely beautiful day. It's the wind's dropped today and hence it's very, very cool. But the sun just creeping through the trees and shining in the back door. That's beautiful. So I can just actually, from where I've got the treadmill, I can see out the side door, just get a little glimpse of the trees along our back fence. So I think even though it is pretty cold, we might whip this back door open now and let the sun shine in, eh? Alright, wherever you're running around the world, keep it up. Get in touch, let me know how you're going with your running, and I'll see you back here on the treadmill in a little bit. This is the coach saying bye-bye for now.
I am your friend, I am your warrior, I run your races, I walk your miles, I never give up in stormy weather. Now I need you to share my trials. My eyes are open, my heart is true, my words unspoken are all for you. My hope is brave, our bond is strong, I stand for freedom, oh hear my song. I'm yours in poverty, I'm yours in wealth, I stand for loyalty, need your help. I'm part of history, this land so true. I give my life, my soul to you. And I wanna run free. I wanna be loved in the hearts of the American people. Oh, I wanna run free. I wanna be loved in the hearts of the American people. I've carried soldiers, I've carried babes, I've run the gauntlet to the grave. I'm sound of heart and sure of pride, if you will stand right by my side. I'm yours in poverty, I'm yours in wealth. I stand for loyalty, I need your help. I'm part of history, this land so true. I give my life, my soul to you. And I wanna run free. I wanna be loved in the hearts of the American people. Oh, I wanna run free. I wanna be loved in the hearts of the American people. Oh, I wanna run free. I wanna be loved in the hearts of the American people.
Alrighty team, that'll just about wrap us up for this edition of the Running Podcast. Huge big thank you to each and every one of you for continuing to pop on over, download the shows and run a few miles with us, even if it is just out there in a freezing cold shed on the treadmill, but it's always good fun. Alright, well that's about enough of me banging away. Please don't forget, go across to coachjeff.com.au, subscribe to the Coach Jeff podcast. That way you'll get absolutely everything that we produce. In the meantime, that's about enough of me banging away. Please, but if I could just spit the words out. Some days the lips and teeth just will not coordinate. It's freezing. But please remember what the coach has always said. Train to race and race to win. But man, you have a heap of fun along the way. Until we see you on the very next episode of the Running Podcast, or maybe see you out there on the roads or the trails somewhere, this is the coach stuttering and spluttering and coughing and splurting and saying bye-bye for now.